Hi guys, and welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Today I've got a reading for the zodiac sign of Leo for the month October 2014. So Leo, this was a interesting reading to me because all of the readings that I've been doing up until now for various signs of the zodiac have all been to do with work, career. I think a couple maybe were to do with love and that type of thing. And even though this is to do with work and career, I've got a feeling that this is to do with maybe some of you who might be entrepreneurs or people who are looking to maybe set up a new business, or maybe some of you who might be self-employed. And the first cards that I want to show you that I picked out, just to let you know, because this is a new facet of my channel, so just to let you know how it goes with me, I usually pre-shuffle the cards. So I shuffle the cards pre-recording because for me it's just a lot quicker. And in order to get much more of an in-depth reading, I'll lay the cards out and then I'll sort of analyse them and write my notes down on what I think each card means and how I think the whole thing kind of comes together. And I just find that for me, rather than kind of doing a really quick reading and just sort of throwing things out there, I just like to kind of build up a story and arrange the cards in the way that I think that they might work for your reading for the month. So this, as I've said, is to do with, I think, my intuition and the way that the cards are going are to do with people who are potentially self-employed, looking to set up your own business, looking to start new projects. And I want to show you these two cards first. So we've got the Page of Pentacles and we also have the Seven of Wands. Now the Page of Pentacles, one of the meanings of the Page of Pentacles, usually this card can refer to someone who's quite young, maybe an apprentice, a student, someone, you know, who's probably involved in their first job or who's learning and that type of thing. But I had a feeling that this was to do with a new project. So someone who's starting a new project. So for some of you Leos in October, or even now going on to October, you might be thinking about starting a new project, and it's going to be slow. So it's going to be slow progress. So as I said, it could be that you're looking to set up your own business, you're self-employed, you're looking to start a project within being self-employed. So for example, if you're a mum and you wanted to set up a childcare business, that type of thing, and there is an opportunity out there for you to do that. So this is like a new career, an enterprise, and this card is really saying that don't put it off. If there's anything new that you want to start going on from now, or something that you've been thinking of quite a long time, that in October it might be a case of that you'll be starting a new project then. And this card is also saying just do it, just go for it. Don't procrastinate, just do it. If it's a good idea and if the opportunity is there, if the window of opportunity is there, then definitely go for it. Now, this with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is really a card about obstacles, and it's a card about receiving criticism. So it's a card about people being against your ideas and being, I suppose, quite vocal about it. And really what this card is telling you to do, it's telling you to stand your ground. It's telling you to stand your ground, that you're going to need to be resilient, you're going to need to be forceful, within that criticism. So if you, for example, the new project that you might be embarking on in October, or even now going on to October, it could be a case of that you're receiving some resistance. So for example, just going on, I usually give little scenarios. This might not be the case, but you know, if you can relate this to any area of your life that you're looking to start something new in, and if you're receiving resistance about that, criticism about that, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So for example, say for example, someone wanted to start up a childcare business, she's got maybe 2-3 kids, her husband goes out to work and he's resistant to the idea because he's saying there's not enough time for her to set up that childcare business when they've got kids, she's got a house to run, and you know, there's just no time, and she's got to cook the dinner and blah 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 blah. That's just a little sort of hypothetical scenario, but do you see where I'm coming from? You're going to have resistance to this new project in October, or even now going on to October. So if you're looking to start something up, there are going to be people or someone who is resistant to that, who doesn't want you to start that for some reason. But you need to, this card is really saying that you need to face that obstacle and you need to stand your ground. And if you think that this is a really good project to do, if you can see the benefits in it, then just go for it, just do it. Obviously you need to take that person's viewpoint into account, but at the end of the day, it is your life. And if you really feel passionate about something that you want to start up, that you want to do, even if you are receiving criticism about that, you need to stand your ground. If you really, really believe in it, don't let anybody put you off doing it. Just go and do it. The other cards that came up were the Three of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, sorry, the Ten of Wands reversed. Now the Three of Wands is all about direction, and it's all about going into a new direction. So here the cards are. This is all about taking a direction, so taking a new journey in life. And when I looked at the other cards, the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, it said to me that this new project that we've just spoken about could actually start you on a new journey. You need to work with your plans. You need to look into the project. You need to weigh up all the pros and cons. You need to do your research about the project, how much you could potentially bring in with it. You know, what's the remuneration, you know, what time you need to devote to it. But potentially with this project, it could be a good thing because it could set you on a completely new path. And also this card also says that you could actually, through doing your research, really sort of standing around and saying, I want to do this, this is what I believe in, I believe passionately about this project and I want to go for it. You could actually show all those who have been criticising you, whoever that is, about this project, that it's worth doing, that you know what you're doing, that you've done your research, and that you really want to go forward with it. So this is really telling you that you need to be courageous in the face of opposition. You need to take those steps. If you want success with whatever project or whatever it is that you're embarking on doing in October, you need to go for it, and you need to stand up to people who are criticising you for it, and you need to be courageous about it, because if you follow somebody else's dream, then you'll never realise your dream. So you really need to be forceful in the face of opposition and follow your own direction, follow your path and stand strong. The Ten of Wands is, and this is reversed, but the upright meaning is the same as the reverse meaning. Sorry, the reverse meaning is the same as the upright reading. It's saying that the project that you're going to be doing might be a little bit of a struggle at first. So, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You start on something and you have to wait for things to happen. You have to wait for things to grow. You know, you have to build stuff. So if you're starting a new project in October, Leos, then it's just saying that this might be a little bit of a struggle at first, and it might be a little bit, you know, daunting at first, but you can't give up. You can't give up on it. If you're passionate about it, if you believe in it, then you've got to keep on with it. Don't give up and don't give in. Even if it feels like a real burden to you. If it's something you believe in, you've got to carry on with it. That's the upright meaning, and that's the upright meaning, and that's the reverse meaning. But the reverse meaning also has an added meaning to it. It also says, with the reverse meaning, that some people might be placing pressure on you. So it could be the people that are pressurising you or criticising you about starting this particular project, who might be placing pressure on you not to go for it. And with those people, there could be hidden agendas for them doing it. So they might be saying to you, don't go for this because this, this and this. On the surface, it looks like the reasons are valid, but underneath, it might be for their own agendas. So just take note of that. No matter what the reason is for them telling you not to do it or criticising you for your choices, if you really believe in the project, then you still need to go for it. Just be aware that people who criticise you might have hidden agendas for doing that. And the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Now the Ace of Swords talks about challenges, but it talks about overcoming those challenges. So again, overcoming the criticism, overcoming the obstacles. It also talks about dramatic changes. So I guess that what this is saying is that if you go for it, if you go for starting up this new project, then it will repay in kind. There will be changes, there will be dramatic changes in your life if you go for the project. If you actually see it through to the end, and if you do it, there will be some really nice changes coming in. You may need to make sacrifices in order to obtain the desires that you want through the project. So whether that's sacrificing your home life, whether that's sacrificing your romantic life, whether that's sacrificing anything else, time-wise, even money-wise, it does say that there will be dramatic changes. So these changes can arise from anywhere. It could be dramatic changes in a turnaround with money. It could be dramatic changes with, you know, the amount of time that you've got to put into this and the amount of sacrifices that you've got to make. But there will be some trade-off for starting the project in October or even before that. So just be aware of that the Ace of Swords is all about overcoming obstacles, overcoming challenges, and also dramatic changes happening. And I think that this is personally related to the project that some of you Leos will be embarking on. And also the Knight of Pentacles is a really good card because it talks about rapid economic development, changes. So this ties in nicely with this one. To my mind, it's saying that if you go ahead and you start the project, you take up this project and you make a start with it, then there's going to be a really nice payoff for you with it. So there will be changes economically for you. You will have more money coming in. And you're going to benefit from the financial change. Also, even though you're going to benefit from the financial change, that financial change might not come overnight like that. So as I've said before, it's about building stuff. It's about taking the time to build up your business or your project or whatever it is that you're doing. It's about taking time and realising that Rome isn't built in a day, wasn't built in a day, sorry. And that yes, even though the changes might not be seen at first, they will be seen, they will come, but you need to be patient and you need to kind of realise that, you know, things do take time, and that if you stick with things, then you will see the payoff in the end. But it's about getting a project done, finishing a project, getting the job done. And this card also talks about that you will get what you're aiming for. So if you're aiming for a big payout on a project, or you're aiming to make a lot of money from a business starting in October, then you're going to see these changes come up with this card, the dramatic changes. And also with the Knight of Pentacles, they're going to be rapid, but you need to be patient before that rapid stuff comes in. So you might not see any development financially wise as yet, but when you start to see financial development happening, it will be fairly rapid when it starts to come in. So you'll start to see a lot of money coming in all at once, I should imagine, from that particular project. But you need to be patient before that takes effect. And the final two cards I want to talk to you about with this reading is, and I think this Temperance card, this is the Temperance card, and this is all about balance, and it's all about recognising in yourself and being at harmony with the choices that you actually make. So being comfortable with the choices that you make in order to feel a lot more fulfilled in whatever decisions you decide to make about a particular situation. You need to balance. This card talks about balancing your desires and also balancing the viewpoint of someone else. And it tied in really nicely with the reading when we talked about the criticism and the obstacles you might see coming up from a choice you make to start a new project, potentially start a new project or whatever it is that you're looking to do in October. And this really talks about that even though you've got desires, you need to make sure that you're comfortable with somebody else's viewpoint. So you need to really reach a compromise with someone. So if somebody is criticising you or making demands on you or putting pressure on you not to start something for whatever reason, or not to do something for whatever reason, you need to take into effect what they're saying to you, and you also need to take into effect your desires. You need to reach a happy medium about your decision, because only when you reach that happy medium that you'll feel comfortable in what you're doing. So it's all about temperance, it's all about balance, it's all about feeling good about your decisions and your choices. Okay? But you can only feel good about your choices if there's somebody else involved, for example your husband, your wife, your partner, whatever, and they're not happy about a decision you're making with something that you want to do in October. You need to sit down and have a really good chat about it and come to a compromise. Because only then, when you've compromised and when you're happy with that compromise, that the project can go really full steam ahead. And the final card that I want to show you today is the World, and I love this card because the World card just suggests to me so many things. So many things. The world is your oyster. You can go anywhere in the world that you want. You can, you know, you just feel on top of the world. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, uplifting, to me, happy card. And this card can signify, with the running theme of this actual reading, that you have found the perfect thing to do. So once you get into your stride with the project, this card is signifying that potentially you feel that it was the right decision to make for you, and you're feeling really good about that. And also, there's no turning back for you, no matter what the cost. Okay, so hopefully you'll have reached a solution with the Temperance card, a compromise over any criticism that you're receiving, and from that, you know that you can move forward with the project, feeling happy in that. But also, this card talks about successful enterprises, expanding your horizons, following the right path to happiness, accomplishing your dreams. The world is your oyster, completing projects. That's what this card's about. So through all of this reading, to sum up, we've got potentially some of you Leos starting a new project, potentially some of you Leos receiving criticism on the project, obstacles in your way, but knowing that if you do go ahead with the project, it's going to lead you on a really nice journey, and you want to go and take that journey, you want to do it, you're looking ahead, you can see the payoff, you can see the future stuff that's in front of you if you go ahead with this project. There's going to be lots of hard work with the project, okay? You know this. There's going to be some struggles, some uphill struggles with that project. But you've got to stick with it. You've got to be resilient through the criticism, through the obstacles. You have to be resilient with those things. There might be people with hidden agendas who are criticising you, but you've just got to stand your ground. You've got no choice. If you really believe in something, you've got to stick with it. You have to stick with it. Again, the Ace of Swords that we spoke about, there's dramatic changes to be had. So you might need to make sacrifices. It could be your time, it could be your time with your kids, it could be your time with your partner, it could be your social time, it could be anything. It could be money, investing money into something, could be anything at all. But there will be a payoff from that. The Knight of Pentacles, rapid economic changes, but you need to be patient for those to come in. Rome wasn't built in a day, so hold fast, keep doing your thing, and you will see some rapid economic changes coming in, and you're going to benefit from them. And the final two cards, make sure that there is harmony within your household or wherever. Make sure that you reach a solution with whoever's not happy about the idea, and make sure that there is balance within you, because once there is harmony with others when you're doing a project, a new project, or whatever it is that you're starting up, then you know that your road is clear. And finally, the World. The World promises so much. You're assured success. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you're starting something new, there is assured success. You're going to be happy about the path you've chosen. You know this is the right thing for you, and you're on it, and you're on top of the world. So guys, Leos, that's the end of the reading. I hope you enjoyed that. I really like this reading. I mean, I've had some fairly difficult readings to do, and I just really didn't want to give any more sort of... I mean, this is a kind of little bit of a bittersweet reading, I suppose it is, but at the same time, it's a lot more optimistic than some of the readings that I've done, and I really love the cards. So guys, until next time, have a great